So this is it. We're off across the Atlantic Ocean.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last island shore, drink to the foam, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
It's December 16th, Saturday. The sun is just about to rise and we are leaving to cross the Atlantic.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw your stones the river. Like me, it drifts away. I would watch you stare. I would watch you stare. Oh, but there's no one there.
How you feeling, Captain?
Very excited and a little bit nervous still. It's nice to be out sailing straight away in good strength winds.
Yeah.
Just feel really clumsy. Just have lost my sea legs really badly. So just moving around, I don't feel like a sailor.
You are a sailor.
I'll get back to being. I'll smell like a sailor in 3 days.
Exactly. How you feeling, Jai?
Pretty good. Pretty wobbly.
Excited?
Yeah, hyped. Yeah, can't wait.
What's your percentage of excited to nervous?
I think it's pretty good at the minute.
Like 80% excited, 20% nervous?
Yeah, I think 80% hyped. Yeah, couldn't sleep last night, but it was a good excitement. Yeah.
Cool.
You happy?
Yeah, ready for it. How's it looking?
Where it's slightly wet, but it's just coming out of the higher up the normal bit.
Okay.
The bit where I've bandaged up is not seepage at all, so that's just normal seepage, and as we keep going I'll just tighten the nuts up and it'll compress the stuff in a little bit more and then reduce it again. It's just stuffing boxes, that's what they do. But yeah, it's fine.
Cool, that's good news.
Wow, Nikki, you doing mad Leavers Day eggs.
Scrambled eggs.
Hell yeah.
Have a coffee, set us up for the day, hopefully.
Doesn't get much better than that for your first breakfast at sea.
Sailing malarkey is a bit easier than everyone's saying, isn't it, really?
Well done, Nick, thank you.
Right on, Nicky.
So our wind sensors stopped working. Basically we think the contacts just need a clean. It's not the wiring, which is a good thing. Better, it's working again. Yeah. So, we're 9 hours in, and we've got wind. It was gusty for, I don't know, a couple of hours, going from kind of like 10 knots to nearly 30. And now we've got, I don't know, 8 knots of wind. And yeah, it's a bit annoying.
And a big swell.
So we're rolling around.
It's not going to be a comfy night's sleep for the first night, is it?
No. This is like our worst nightmare. This
Yeah.
is what we really didn't want.
Trade wind's my ass.
Yeah, well, that's why everyone's leaving later.
It's nearly Christmas.
Yeah, man.
Just imagine if Christmas Day's like this.
No fucking mince pies. Ben's making macaroni cheese.
I hope.
Is it tasty?
Sort of, yeah.
Well done for cooking in this. It's not very pleasant. Sails banging, wallowing around.
Yeah, this is literally as bad as I can imagine it. Like no trade winds, huge leftovers, huge slop from wind that was there, what, 4 or 5 days ago.
Well, it's 5:30 and coming up to the end of our first day. Good morning, it is day 2 of our Atlantic crossing. After losing wind last night, we actually ended up motoring because it enabled Ben to cook dinner in sort of slightly more flat conditions. And then after about an hour, the wind picked up again, and since then we've had in between sort of 15 and 25 knots. Gusting like 30 really, but I mean that's fine, and it's been really good. We've all slept okay. I mean on and off, never ever gonna have a full night's sleep, but it's not so bad. Had a few flying fish on the boat. Unfortunately 2 we couldn't get to in time, and they're dead.
Right, it's the 17th of December 2017. We've just completed our first 24 hours of the passage, and I've just worked out our average is at 161 miles, which is really good going considering we had a patch of calms, which might have been a sort of weird large wind shadow behind the St Vincent and St Antal. And we did motor for about 2 or 3 hours just to get clear of that, and then the wind's picked up, and it's been good sailing. We've got everything up, no reefs in, and we've been going at sort of 7 knots, 7.5 knots since. That's made up our average. I think actually between midnight and 6 o'clock this morning we did 51 miles, which is great. I mean, if we can keep that up, we'll be doing just over 200 miles a day, which would get us there in like 10 days, which should be amazing. But I know the forecast said the winds are going to drop so it's Saturday today, but we've got Sunday is dropping today, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look like they could be down to, you know, between 12 and 15 knots, which is too little for us. We need more like 15 to 25. It's the sweet spot really. Well, actually 15 to 35, or even 40 if you can put up with the waves. But you know, as we reef down, everything stays steady and it's nice. But so yeah, we're in for a light winded period, and then hopefully it'll pick up again after. But beyond that, the forecast is too long range to be accurate anyway. As you can hear in the background, I've got the generator running. It's been really quite overcast, like I would say more than 2/3 of each sort of 12-hour period of daylight has been overcast enough that our solar panels really aren't making very much power. And the other thing I've noticed is the capacity of our battery banks has dropped away hugely, and I think that's due to the fact that the ambient temperature is now 28 to 30 degrees rather than sort of the 20s it's been in elsewhere, like 20 to 25. And I think as the batteries get warmer, the capacity drops off. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. So we're having to run the generator twice a day now if there's no sun, for a period of about an hour and a half. Probably hear it in the background. Bit annoying. I think the answer is probably a tow behind generator, which is something I'd quite like to try and make one day, but I need to find the right propeller. Oi! Oi, you up there? Stop ignoring me.
making burritos. You excited?
I'm very, very excited, yes.
Got a Christmas tree! You're looking quite proud of that, Joe.
Yeah, it's great. We got Mum today for this one.
Awesome.
It's a two-legged Christmas tree, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Some improv on that one.
Yeah, get the lights on it.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
Christmas chutney!
What?
Go with we bought some Stilton and Brie. It's hiding in the back of the fridge. So I thought, oh, I need chutney, not pickle. We'll make some apple and date chutney. We can have it with our crackers and so on.
Wow, look at that. It's too bad you can't smell on camera. Christmas tree. All the good stuff.
Christmas is coming. What's going on, Ben?
Got diesel leaking out. See at the bottom of the locker there. There's quite a lot just slopping around. That wasn't there the other day.
Oh, it's quite a lot.
I know.
How?
So empty everything out and try and trace the leak. It may be coming out of the top of the tank, I don't know. But if it is, I don't know.
And you're sure that's all diesel and not water?
No, it's all diesel, it's all oily. It's going to be a nightmare filling up. Could be from the generator pipe work. I mean, really, there's too much crap in there to get at everything. Really, you want much more space, much less shit in your office. But most of it's essential for cruising. So. I was just about to get relaxed. Crack open a beer. No, it's never fucking happened. I'm not sure, but there seemed to be some diesel coming out of here because we filled our tanks up. This is the filler pipe. I think the joint between this elbow and the sort of through tank fitting might have been weeping a little bit. I'm not 100% about that because there seems to be maybe more diesel at the other end. In fact, I've still got more here. I'm just going to leave it now, I think, until we give it like an hour and see if any comes back. I think it's to do with the fact that since we've left, we have used the engine, but it's only used diesel out of that tank.
Yeah.
And now we've been on this tank, this side low, and a bit of swell, and I think it's been backing up, coming out of the filler tube, and that looked like it's seeping a little bit. So it's hard to tell now, does this all come out?
Yeah, and I suppose because we've been heeled over that way.
Yeah, so it's sort of just squished out. I mean, it shouldn't leak. It's to do with, it's got like a through-hole fitting with an elbow on it, and I think where that elbow goes on, it's just a PTFE tape and a thread. I think that has just seeped. The pipe's being kicked by stuff that's being moved around in there, and it's just seeping when it's got liquid in it.
Hope that's it.
Yeah. Oh god, it's so hot and fuming now. I'm dying.
Yeah, and it's just rolling. It's not nice, is it?
No. I've just come down into the engine room and I've just found that there is shed loads of fresh water flopping around in the bottom. There's a valve on our hot water heating circuit that is obviously not operating correctly, and it seems that every time we run the engine we lose about 20 litres of our fresh drinking water. So now I've got to change that valve as well. It's not white boy day. So this is how I know whether it's this that's leaking. Is that the overflow pipe that comes from the valve goes around the back there, comes through here, and then as long as I drain that out, put that in there, and then any water that overflows will get caught, and I'll know that that's how the water's getting into the engine bay. But it's just been overflowing out there, and just you can see it's the bilge is nearly all covered. Right, so now I'm running the engine to try and lessen the switched the tank over this side. I'm running the engine to try and lessen the fuel in this tank, just below the top of the tank. That should stop the diesel leak. At the same time, I've now changed the valve in the hot water cylinder for a new one. And when we're going to run for like an hour, and it should get up to 80 degrees, and that's when before it's been popping the valve open, and then it just flushes all our fresh water out into the bilge. So we've lost a reasonable amount of our drinking water on the trip, which is not a great thing when you're, what, 400 miles from land.
More than that now.
But anyway, we have got enough bottled water to cover it, but it means we won't be having lots of nice showers.
I don't think we would have done anyway.
No showers. Saltwater showers. Here's a bitch.
How can we have to edit everything you say?
Oh, sorry. I didn't even know it was.
Calling my walk a bitch.
So what's the plan?
Huh? What's the plan? I'm gonna put some spag bol on the go, and then Nikki's got some pasty.
Mince pie pasties!
Mince pie's good.
Getting it in the basically firing up for Christmas.
Christmas week started today.
Yeah.
Pasties, well, mince pies, Christmas tree, and the first of the Harry Potter films. Tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch all 7.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Got the little tree on.
Welcome to my happy place.
Mince pies in the oven, dinner on the hob, Harry Potter on the box.
Yeah.
Red wine in the hand.
Straight up. Even found a bottle of beer. How good is that?
Yeah.
Hey Daniel.
Come in.
Well, that here.
I'd like that.
So, just got up this morning and had such good sleep. So, we've had some consistent winds overnight, which has been really good. Managed to sail it all, and it's a gorgeous morning. And I've just had a bit of a wet wipe freshen up, which has been lush because it's day 5 now, we haven't had any showers. So, might just read my book and do some sunbathing. Doing, Ben?
Never got time to put any chafe protection on these arse towers. And where the mainsail's really banging against it. So at the minute we can't get the boom out to any decent angle to catch the wind. So we're going to put these on. I just thought we'd do this one now before we jibe. And then we'll do the other side when we jibe tomorrow.
Yeah. Captain's on cooking duty. What are you cooking?
Like ginger and coconut lentil stew and rice.
Sounds good. Is it spicy?
Little spicy, not too spicy because Jaden likes it spicy.
Jaden likes spice.
I'm working.
Working really hard on your watch.
Yeah.
has filled in overnight. We've got great sailing now. We're doing some decent speed in the right direction. Jai's in bed. Nikki's in her bunk, but I saw her a minute ago, so she's just about to get up. The sun is just rising, and I've got the fishing line out, and it looks like it's going to be a good day. Maybe make a 180 average today. Cool.
Day 7, and it's sunny, sort of. It's a little bit overcast. We had a frustrating night, didn't we, because the wind was dropping all night, and we even had to motor a bit. And before that we had to jibe.
Yeah, it's just the winds are just not reliable. Like it's you know, the direction changes gradually overnight and then drops and then comes back again.
It's not what we expected,
no,
is it?
It's definitely not the trade wind sailing that we've read about, and I guess that's because these days you have to wait a lot later in the season to get that sort of January, February time, but you know, next time.
We'll leave in January.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, but we are sailing at the moment, and at least there's a bit of sun to charge our batteries up. Captain's making cake.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Good. I'm watching Cliffhanger.
Yeah. Why are we watching Cliffhanger?
Because all the Die Hard movies I've got are in Russian.
Yeah.
Big disappointment.
It was. That was our Christmas viewing.
Yeah. Because we didn't have any Christmas carols, we thought we'd have Die Hard.
Is it Christmas Eve today? No.
No, tomorrow. And it puts us just about halfway between Mindelo and Barbados. We've eaten through all our fresh produce. We've got some potatoes and onions and things like that left, but all the fruit's gone. We haven't managed to catch any fish. We had a couple of bites, but I think we've recently noticed there's a lot of sargassum, the sea sort of grass stuff in the water. I think that keeps sort of fouling the hooks, and then the lures are covered by weeds, so the fish can't see them, or perhaps there are no fish, I don't know. But yeah, we're just hoping the winds are going to improve. I've got varying forecasts, one saying that there's a huge wind hole's going to form. It has said this before and then nothing came of it, but I don't know, this time it's maybe looking a bit more realistic that might happen. we've got a fair amount of diesel left in the tanks, and if it's going to hit us when we're closer to Barbados, so we could make a choice to motor the lot. You know, if we're becalmed for 4 days, we've got enough diesel to motor for 4 days. I really don't want to, but there's no point when you're that far across and you're running low on water and food to not use the diesel to get in as soon as you can.
Christmas Eve, we move in. Mickey reading. Ben's drying clothes. Lisa.
We can be bright and shiny tall. You won't make me happy and fill my heart with joy. Then the sign up, hear my plea. Santa bring the baby back to me. Santa bring the baby.
Happy Christmas!
Hey!
Fish on! We asked the universe for a Christmas present and it delivered. There it is. And we think we've got one on the other line as well.
Another fish, double fish. Right, well, good job the freeze is working.
Yeah, we'll just freeze it all and give it away when we get there.
I'll give you another workout.
Well done.
Wow, lucky.
A wahoo and a dorado.
That's
awesome.
on the same for you.
Crazy.
Same 10 minutes.
Happy Christmas.
Oh my god. Oh.
How's your dinner?
Awesome, absolutely incredible.
Looks a bit of a mess, but it's nut roast, roast potatoes, vegetables.
Alright.
Yeah. A little bit of tip over then.
Nearly not flat.
Yeah.
A bit of a squall.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Putting in the longboat until he's sober.
Quickly, man! Quickly, man! Oh, I can feel the rain down. You're gonna get really wet in a minute.
So So this is a fish we caught today, cooked on the barbecue a minute ago.
This one here's the wahoo, I think.
That's the wahoo.
And it's like the best Christmas dinner ever.
I can't believe it. Can't believe we caught 2 fish.
We've gone all British and we've got mushy peas.
Mushy peas, fish and chips. That's been a perfect Christmas day, isn't it?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Third film of the day, fourth film of the day.
Binging. What's Christmas about? Sail repairs.
Pretty good going.
Okay, so what we've found about the rig that we've been using to get across the Atlantic, which is this, we're running 2 head sails in 1 furler. We have 2 grooves in the foil. So I've got a cheap second-hand sail I bought off eBay on one side and then our good Dacron one on the other. We've found that we can only really sail effectively at about sort of up to 150 degrees of wind. If you go beyond that, then the wind tends to get behind the mainsail, and that is because we run with the mainsail sheeted in quite tight. 1, to stop it chafing on the lower aft shrouds, and 2, because it seems to help stop the rolling quite a bit, which makes it a whole lot more comfortable. So the main's not really giving us any power. It's there to stop the rolling. But to get it to stay steady, we have to be off by 145 degrees, 150 degrees or less, really. It means that in approximately 15 to 20 knots of wind, we can do an average speed of about 7 knots, maybe 7.2. If it gets above that, above 20, then we start put 1 reef in the main and then furl a little bit the 2 head sails together away. At the same time, they just wrap up round each other, and then beyond that we'll take the mizzen down and then just gradually keep reefing until there's virtually nothing left. But we haven't seen winds over 30 knots all the way across. To start with, they were quite light, and it's meant that from Mindelo in the Cape Verdes to now we've decided on St Lucia we should do it in 14 days, which is, I think, pretty respectable for a boat that's got a 32-foot waterline. So yeah, we're pretty bloody pleased, really. We're just hoping the wind holds, the swell doesn't get any bigger. It's not so much the size, it's actually not that bad. It's about 2.63 metres. It's more that we've got 2 swells and they're crossing at a really oblique angle, which means you get like a hole in the boat, like dips into the hole a bit like that. You get like a roll back the other way as it just slips into the hole. But anyway, it's been a really good trip so far. We're just hoping to be in on the 30th of January so we can let our hair down, have a big party, get a nice cold beer and yeah, tie the boat up and have a full night's kit for once. That'd be awesome.
Good morning.
Is it a good morning?
What's been happening?
It's the worst night of squalls. I haven't pretty much, now it's been 2 days since I slept. And it's just been squalling all night, like, and then wallowing, and then blowing 35, and then wallowing, the wind changes direction, and it pisses down. And
It's been a bit crazy, isn't it?
yeah, so I've taken to sitting in here and just keeping an eye on what's going on, because I got soaked through to the boat like 3 times, gave up. I'm hiding now. Just hiding now. Yeah.
Time for a cup of tea, I think.
Some sleep.
This is the St. Lucia flag. Don't zoom in too much because it's really badly made. Yeah, really.
And the children of which school made that?
I made this. We didn't have St. Lucia flag. We weren't supposed to be coming here. We were supposed to be going to Barbados.
So what did you make it out of?
This is an old pillowcase. This is an old bit of sail material. That's some old tights, and that's one of the cushion covers from down there. We'll put it up in a minute, shall we?
Yeah, we have a St. Lucia flag. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll fall apart completely
Yeah.
in the wind, but there you go.
Well done.
What am I?
That's it, let's go!
Yeah. See if it's all about the road.
Watch when you're drifting, United. Oh, it's so good.
What better way to finish a swim in the Atlantic? Some tropical smoothies. Lots of rum. It's a bit rolly. Cheers!
Cheers!
We've just spotted our first sight of land after 14 days, and for the last, 5 hours we've been slowing ourselves down a bit to try and make landfall in daylight.
Storm, we've got dawn breaking behind us in the distance over there. It's St. Lucia, and we're going to aim for Rodney Bay Marina. Looking forward to showers at Laura Green, and it's the day before New Year's Eve, so we're going to get some time to have maybe just a couple of beers and relax, and then go out for a big dinner.
Yay! We made it! Yeah, we did.
Good.
Yeah. That's the spirit of St. Lucia.
Yeah, clever hands.
That's a welcome to St. Lucia.
That's amazing.
Original. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Bless it. Bless it like this.
That's the introducer.
Yeah. Welcome to St. Lucia.
Thank you, sir.
A little bit of paradise. You end up in paradise. You made it all around. Yeah.
All the way here.
Yeah.